everyone, so it's currently 7:04 a.m. and we are just about ready to leave for an IEA horse show today. I'm competing in the adult classes. This is my second adult IEA horse show. I did IEA as a kid, but they now have adult classes and I'm super excited. So we're running a little bit behind, so we're going to go ahead and head on over to the show. So unfortunately we didn't get any videos of me warming up Angel, but she was really great. So now I'm getting ready for my first class, which is going to be the 2-foot jumping. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I really hope that it goes well. I'm definitely excited, but of course a little bit nervous because I don't know what horse I'm going to get, but that's okay. So far all of the horses look great in warm up. I pulled Angel for over fences and she's such a good girl. I actually lease her right now and ride her already, so that was kind of funny. She was going slow previously throughout the day, so I decided to go in and try to get a really great pace, at least throughout the warm-up, to try to wake her up a little bit. So our first jump, I think we had a pretty good distance, and then I went all the way to the end of the ring because she was starting to look at the door a bit and I didn't want her to spook. And then coming home over this diagonal, I had to whoa, but it ended up working out and that was okay. I had the option to circle or keep going before I started my course, but I decided to keep going to try to keep her pace up. To the first fence, we had a little bit of a slow distance, but she fitted in quite nicely. I was really happy with it. I tried to stay out here, and then I found a forward distance into our line, so then I had to whoa in the middle to make sure we fit in the 5. I think she would have done the 4, but there wasn't a lot of room in this ring, and I wanted to make sure we could make the short turn back to this diagonal. We did drift right, but the distance worked out, and then she has pretty automatic lead changes. You do have to ask a little bit, but overall they're pretty solid. And then our end jump, I think, went pretty well, and then I tried to stay out here to make sure I got straight, and then fit in the distance to the diagonal yellow, and then got our lead change. We ended up getting first in that class. I pulled Piper for the flat, and I actually pulled her for the previous IEA show as well, and she's a horse at our barn, so I've ridden her a few times already, which is nice. She's a completely different ride than Angel. She's stronger, and she actually used to do the jumpers, or she still might even do the jumpers, and she's smaller, so definitely a completely different ride. For the trot, I just wanted to make sure that I had my heels down and I was sitting up straight, and I was trying to keep my hands from posting up with me. She was pulling a little bit, not too bad, but I definitely had to keep my rein short because they kept sliding for some reason. And then for the walk transition, I was just trying to keep her walking straight and set her up for the left lead canter. She had a bit of a rough transition, but I don't think I set her up as well as I would like to, but that's okay. Her canter is really comfortable and she is such an amazing horse to ride. I was really happy with how this canter transition went and our flat overall. So I just tried to make sure I was going with her rhythm and that I was following her with my hands and that my reins weren't getting too long. And then when we came back down to the walk again, I tried to make sure it didn't look like I was really having to work really hard because she was a bit strong and I'm not really used to that. Angel's not strong at all, honestly. So I was trying to make sure that it didn't look like I was pulling on her face too much. And then we changed direction and it felt like that she wanted to canter. So when we did the trot transition, I did my best to make sure that I told her that we were trotting and not cantering. So I kept my reins shorter and pulled a little bit so that way she knew that we weren't going to the canter. And then posting to the trot, she's just honestly really comfortable and the saddle was really comfortable. So I felt pretty good in it. I did feel a little bit weird because the stirrups weren't exactly my right length, but that's okay. And then we had to walk right by the judge. So this made me a little bit nervous because I wasn't sure how this canter transition was exactly going to go. So I just tried to put my left heel down and then squeeze her for it. And I think it went better than the previous direction. She still kind of put her head up a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not completely used to her, of course, so that might happen. And then for our canter, I just tried to make sure I was sitting down and following her. And then for our transition back to the walk, I wanted to make sure that it didn't look like I had to pull really hard. And she was amazing. So then we just lined up in the middle and waited for the results. And we ended up finishing second in this class. And I am super happy with how it went. And she is such an awesome horse. Good boy. We are finally back home. After my jumping class, I didn't have too long until my flat class, and then I also had to hold a pony at a bar named Rooter after, who was super cute. So it was a very, very busy day, but I'm overall super happy about how everything went, and it was really great. My mom came to watch and support, and then my husband was there to help me throughout the day as well. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I really appreciate all of the support so much. I hope you guys have a great day.